Namaste, my beautiful queens. Today I want to do a very interesting pickup card reading, which the idea of this reading was given to me by one of my subscribers, one of my good friends, Milena. And the question sounded a little bit strange, but from my own experience, I thought it's brilliant. Does he have a heart? Of course, it's not jokingly, of course, we don't mean when we're asking a question like this, does he have a heart? We don't mean that he has the organ pumping blood. Do not know how many of you understand that the heart is not just an organ pumping blood. The heart chakra, anahata, and that organ is much more complicated than any other organs in your body. It has its own frequency, its own vibration, and its own memories, and its own way of talking to you. This is why the expression listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Of course, listen to your heart is not actually a metaphorical expression. This is an expression of you following your inner higher self is located above your head, and higher self talks to you through your heart chakra. So what happens, I already made several videos. If you haven't seen it, if you're new to my channel, you can watch the videos about the blockages and of higher center in men. What happens? What does it mean? Blockages of higher centers is heart, anahata chakra, throat chakra, visuddha, ajna, third eye, and sahasrara. What does it mean? That man can start to function on a root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus. What does it mean? It means that these certain circumstances or events or ego or all the kind of layers of the things which layer after layer get over him, then make his heart chakra stop, absolutely stop participating pretty much in anything he's doing. So when we are asking a question, does he have a heart, anahata, we are asking, is that man functioning while using his heart anyhow? When we looking at the card of the swords, when we're looking at the king of swords, at the page of swords, at the knight of swords, when we're looking at seven of swords, five of swords personality, we say this scary phrase, this man does not have empathy. Means when this man hurts you or he hurts somebody, he does not feel others people pain. He does not have compassion. He does not feel sorry for someone he hurts. He does what he wants, and some of them, if you are looking at the page of swords and knight of swords, not just he doesn't feel, he enjoys hurting others. Of course, we're already dealing with psychopath, with narcissist psychopath, but at some men it doesn't mean severely, but some men simply, some of them don't use their anahata, some of them disconnect with anahata, with the soul. This is the soul connection. Our heart chakra is a soul connection, and what happens when they do, unfortunately, then they learn ability to love, really love, not just feel sexual desire towards someone, but feel it deeply, truly, be emotionally involved. And of course they cannot receive love or give love, accept love, and again give love. And then what happens when you have the blockages in anahata, it can cause in women codependency, and in men it can cause a lack of empathy and jealousy. So of course, also they can become egocentric, they can become intolerant, and all kinds of things. So does he have a heart means, can he hear his feelings? Can he acknowledge his feelings? Can he feel you in him, in his anahata? Would he follow the heart if he had to, or he would just follow his ego, or his lust, or his something else, but anything else but not the heart chakra? So I had to explain this to you, because otherwise you're gonna be thinking, what the hell she is talking about. So does he have a heart? Is he listening to his heart? Is he capable to following his heart? Now, many of you who are TFs or karmic soulmates, who think they are TFs or karmic soulmate, many of you believe, and I have to tell you girls that I also, not as I believe, I live on this, I stand on this, that love is the only transformational force. But unfortunately, many of you believe that just by throwing yourself to the feet of a man, loving him, no matter whatever the hell he does to you, mistreats you, you are going to change him. You have to understand that you cannot change nobody, period. Only he himself can change himself if he chooses to. So now let us do 5 cards, and I want to ask that simple question. Does he have a heart? Number 1. Does he have a heart? Number 2. Number 3, number 4, and number 5. I want to use 5. I want to use this deck also. Why? Because this deck is called the Sacred Tarot of Heart. And we are going to look into his, oh my goodness, that's all falling. We are going to look a little bit deeper into his heart, of course. Choose number from 1 to 5 and let us see, does he have a heart? Who needs a heart when this song, who needs a heart when the heart can be broken? So many of them choose what is the problem with men, why this world had been screwed up for thousands of years, because men took over this world, and they don't act, most of them, from the point of view of love, of compassion. They act from ego, and so-called dark ego. Dark ego is connected with greed, with lust, with thirst to power, and money, and like that. Unfortunately, if they were coming from heart, we would be living in totally different world. So set of cards number 1, set of cards number 2, set of cards number 3, set of cards number 4, and set of cards number 5. And girls, please, if I give you the unpleasant answer, then I am reading the cards. I am not there are several readers where other people showed me, then you're holding page of sword and say, oh, this man really loves you, you just have to wait until he's gonna realize that he loves you. I am not doing this, girls. You have to understand that you're dealing with brutally always honest person here. I am brutally honest, and I am famous for my brutal honesty. I'm not sugarcoating. I don't do this. So if it's a negative answer, please take it. Even if it doesn't resonate, just be aware. If you chose it, if this information was given to you, then it was given to you for something, then something you need to take out of it. The time stamps, thank you very much, my beautiful queens, for doing that for me. Let us go. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Number 1, does he have a heart? Oh, coming together. Interesting thing that, okay, let me turn this. Coming together, I want you to see that there is the male and the female. There is number 2, and actually there is a heart which, and the crystal which he holds her with one hand, and his other hand is connected with her hand, and they are holding the crystal. So definitely he does have a heart, but you are dealing with Nine of Wands. So what is a Nine of Wands? Definitely, if we are talking about the wands, then we are talking fire sign if you're dealing with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But this is a man who does something not because he doesn't have a heart, if he does something what he doesn't like to do, but this man, they resisting any changes in life. So they are very stubborn, very masculine, but at the same time they are very tired, and some of them like were told like, you must live your life this way, there is no other way, you must live your life, you suffer, you struggle, but you must. For example, very often this card comes with extremely unhappy married man who is so miserable, who is being used and abused and unappreciated, but he just keeps on standing, you know, still standing. Like this is the card. So he constantly expects for any type of trouble. So he does have a heart, you can see it, yes, but at the same time it's someone who had problems in the past, and the past still has a certain influence over him. So he's not free from his past, and he's still being held by his past. So it's a difficult, I mean, this is not a hopeless, we see hope here that they are having the heart together, but at the same time, if you are in a relationship like this, my beautiful queens, if this man is married, there is very little chances he's gonna leave all that. He's sure that he must do what he must do, he must follow the rules, he must, of course this requires a whole reading, you know, to see what is there, but he does have a heart, he does have actually a beautiful heart, but unfortunately it's extremely complicated, and he will resist, if it's about you, he will resist you, he will resist any changes. At the same time, it can be talking about him value you extremely in his life, but at the same time this one resists. Again, there is a past trauma. Again, there is some painful experience. So his heart is bleeding and he needs to be healed. But of course, this doesn't mean you have to wait for him, you know, be dusted at his feet. Sometimes it's a heart which a man made cold. And he said, I don't want to feel anything because it's painful. I'm not going to feel anything anymore. This needs, you know, a reading. But he does have it. And this gives us a hope for his heart to actually take over his rules he set to himself, and he convinced himself he has to follow those rules. Number 2, oh my God, this is beautiful. Look at this, rebuild. You see a person, it could be a man, could be a woman, you can't really say, but the person has the wings, and of course there is a shine in the chest, but there is two of wands. Before this man, or if we're talking about a man or a woman, before this man can open up his heart, unfortunately the certain work has to be done. He does have the heart, but it says rebuild. So in order to let it shine, so you see that that person is covering that shine with both hands, like I'm not gonna let anybody see. and his actions in love towards you. We are talking about absence of absence. If it was by itself, this is a card of a cold heart. This is how this card is called, cold heart. So you can go on a date, you can even have sex, but this card talks about absence of true deep interest to you, like not involved emotionally in emotions and in feelings. Again, another card of a third-party relationship. So he's neutral. It's like he's not involved in feelings and emotions. You are there, he is okay. You are not there, he is okay. You are calling, texting, or he's fine. You are disappeared from his life, he is fine. Unfortunately, it's like this. But if we look now at this card here, we can say that the rebuilder is the shine out there. So there is the emotional involvement, but simply this person does not want the heart to take over his cold mind and logic. You could be in some creative tandem, kind of working together, inspiring together. You give him this emotional food, but from his side, it's not enough feelings and emotions, okay? And unfortunately, as I feel, if your energy is fire, like myself, I'm a Leo, but I have Rahu in Scorpio, so I am Leo, water and fire. I don't think you would be satisfied with a situation like this, even though he has to rebuild himself to open up to the feelings and emotions, but he holds both hands on there. There is still shine, but he holds it. He doesn't want to allow the heart to rule him. Is that a hope? Yes. Another, actually, set of cards which would require additional information on this. Now, set of card number 3. Does he have a heart? All right, challenge time and a man holding. Okay, no, just a runaway. Okay, now. Run. That's all I can tell you. Run. The challenging times, this is for you. And look at the color. Please be aware. The color of this is red, and right here is a devil. I want you to see attentively how magnetic devil is. And on this card, you see a man and a woman chained to each other. This is karma, but not just any karma, dark karma. This arcanum is very, very deep. This karma means you owe to him and you are paying your debts to him, or he owes to you. But I feel mostly he is taking your debts from you. So there is no heart involved here. Devil is, so to make you understand, is a Lucifer. Lucy means light, Pharaoh means scary, the light carrier, the morning star, the Venus, the planet of Venus. But devil comes to test you, devil comes to get the payment. This is another third-party relationship, or relationship with a man who makes you into something you are not. You lost your head, you gave your powers, you gave your will to him. He has so much power over you that you can convince yourself 1,000,000,000 times that you don't want to see him, you will not listen to him, but he comes to you and he's gonna do like this, touch you with his fingertips. I know how it works. He's gonna touch you with his fingertips, excuse me. So this is the phantom passion. This is you facing your shadow. And it is up to you to be strong enough to come out of this shadow. He makes you face your darkest shadows. He makes you face your willpower, your primitive energy. He is going to manipulate you. Yes, devil is very powerful. It's this type of a man which you can't, it's like I don't remember where it was me who wrote once a certain little story where the very pure sorcerers falls into the arms of the devil because it's extremely hard to deal with this type of a man. It's a charmer. But the thing is that when you are in relationship with such a man, he will emotionally destroy you and spiritually destroy you. It's a test. It's a huge test. It's very hard to fight with the devil. Very hard. He controls you. He destroys your this essence of you, but you have to be strong enough to come out of it. Does he have a heart? No. Devil does have a heart, but his heart is the one that he will have you tested, everything in you tested. If you want a little, this horrific book, this idiotic book, 50 Shades of Grey, Christian Grey is a type of a man who is a devil, but in a book it all ends, as far as I understand, they get married, somebody told me, but in life, unfortunately, it doesn't happen this way. So if you chose those cards, there is a one word I can give you of an advice is RUN, but it's a karma. It is a karma. Number 4. Oh, beautiful, very beautiful. Simply love. So this is a very loving and wonderful man. And the star, you are dealing with a wonderful man. And we can take this picture of a man holding a child. And we are having the green color here. And green is exactly the Anahata chakra color. And so you could be dealing with probably a divorced man, or probably with a man who is a widower, because he's holding a child, and you are his shining star. He was waiting for you for a very long time. He's a wonderful, loving man. Of course, girls, if you're dealing with a narcissistic psychopath and you chose the sets of cards and you know that he is capable of horrible things, of course, doesn't mean that I'm describing your man. You know what you're hearing, you know what resonates, what doesn't. But this is not just a man who has heart, but the man who has ancient and very beautiful and very wise soul. And sometimes he's far away from you, so you are on a distance with each other. And he's kind of idealizing you, you're kind of idealizing him. But we are not talking about relationship here. We are talking about, does this man have a heart? And of course he's creative, he is wonderful, he is like that star in the sky. He's inspiring, he has his own heavens inside of it. He is empathic, he values and he feels what other people feel. It's a healer. It's a very rare type of a man. Honestly, I have not seen a man like this. No, I did see a man like this. It's what my son asked me yesterday. Mama, have you met many people like Papa? I say, son, I've never met any people like Papa. He's non-existent. He's very high frequency vibration type of a man. He's like he's non-existent. So in peace, when the body and physical and non-physical is in peace, when he doesn't have to hide something, he doesn't have to be afraid, he doesn't have to suppress anything. So beautiful, beautiful card. But could be talking about circumstances which have to be worked with in order for two of you together, but this is the card of soulmates right here. But of course, girls, again, there is only two cards here, and I need more cards to tell you more details about your specific situation. The last one, number 5, observe and another, whatever I just told you about the devil. How brilliant, I am so shocked sometimes how cards answer my questions and increase the meanings of each other. Observe and the moon. You don't see the situation which is truly there. Observe. Please pay attention to the red flags. We are dealing with the moon, and this is there is no heart here, but there is karma here. You intuitively understand that something is not right because this is reflecting light. Something is not right. You are enchanted. You don't know where to stay or to go. This situation can last for years to come because the moon comes out every night. So please, no, there is no heart here. There is lies here. There is manipulations here. There is using situations here. You feel discomfort. You feel something is not right. You're scared, but you're staying. He sometimes demonstrates his power over you. The psychologically unstable, emotionally unstable type of person, but he, because it's a karmic connection, he makes you submerge yourself into this irrational ability of your psychic ability, and you have to, again, I already said, this is the card which is mirroring the card, the arcanums of the devil. So you need to look deep inside into yourself and see clearly, not in the moon, clearly the red flags in him, and clearly see what you want, how you want to be treated, how you want your life to be. This is twilight. This is twilight. He submerged your soul into a twilight. So it's scary, it's enchanting, but you have to say hello to yourself. You have to learn to work with your fears. You listen to your intuition. You have to really face how things are, because what happens in the moon, you refuse to see what's out there. Like, he gives you absolute lame excuse why he didn't, for example, come yesterday. He's gonna tell you that aliens kidnapped him, and they were also females, so they left all the spots of lipsticks and kisses all over his face and his neck and his chin. You're gonna believe it, this bullshit. So you need to see him as he is. You need to see the situation as it is. Stop being played and manipulated. Your inner intuition screams to you, but you got to see, yes, it's a situation which is not far away from giving you happiness, giving you joy, giving you, there is lots of information hidden, lots of things you don't know, lots of things he doesn't tell you. But at the same time, the moon, this ring I have, this is Labradorite. Moon makes you submerge into your deepest self and see what is truly there. See your power. So karma brings you horrific, very harsh tests, but at the same time it shows you who you are and teaches you to trust your intuition. But does he have a heart? Yeah. No, unfortunately, not. No. Cold person, cold, reflected light, wearing masks, narcissistic type of, no. So this is everything I can tell you in this reading, my beautiful queens. I hope it was helpful. If you need me, all the information in the description box. Wishing you all the most beautiful things in the world. Namaste.